the Dawgs Podcast with your hosts, Blake Reneker, Justin Charles, and Josh All.
Hey, what's up, Dog Pack? I guess I'll look over on this camera since I can't get my main camera to work. But welcome back to a Dog Pack Discord live here Thursday evening, starting just a few minutes early so we can jump into this preview for the Titans-Browns game, as I have dubbed it on social media. This is the Suck Bowl 3. Suck Bowl 1 was Browns and Jets. Really, this could be Suck Bowl 4 because we did have Browns and Dolphins, and then Browns and Raiders. So I guess I'm kind of wrong. This is Suck Bowl 4. I missed one. That is my bad, guys. I really do apologize.
I've been to two of them, so yay for me.
Yeah, but like you said, you are so far this season and going to games, you're 2-1. So that's good.
That's right. That's right.
Not many people can say
I'm
that.
Feeling good, and I got to see some like convincing wins too, which was great. Not nail biters till the end. So for me, like a 20-point lead or a 16-point lead, that's money. That's money for me. I'm happy to see that.
No kidding. All right, so you got Josh, you got Kenny. We're gonna host this thing like normal today for you guys, talking about the Titans, the Browns, and everything else that's been going on this week. So if you guys have things you want to talk about, questions, whatever's on your mind, get your hands up in the audience. We'll bring you up throughout the show just like we always do. And if you want to be a part of these Dog Pack Discord episodes in the future, make sure you guys go to jointhedawgs.com, become an official Dog Pack member on the Patreon page, sync up with the private Discord, get in here, hang out with everybody in the Dog Pack. It's a great time, great place to be. And of course, you get to do these episodes with us, which, like I keep telling you guys, we will be doing into the off season. So we'll be doing Discord live episodes talking about draft prospects and maybe a head coaching search and free agency and God knows what else. So make sure you guys, if you like what we do here and you want to be part of our tight-knit community behind the scenes here, go to jointhedawgs.com. Kenny, before we dive into things with the Titans game on Sunday, and I guess I should remind everybody real quick at the top here, we will be doing a live stream for that game. So we're going to do a live watch party starting at 12:45 p.m. Eastern here before the game, do a little pregame. Justin Charles will be with us in studio. I know it's hard to believe, but
Justin, baby. Yeah.
I appreciate it. If anybody reached out to Justin last week when we put that PSA out, that's awesome. He touched base. He is alive and well. So that is good to know. And he will be with us in the flesh. So kind of hard to believe, but we haven't even been in studio for like 3 months. It's been a while.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
It is,
that nice studio. It's fantastic.
Yeah, life, kids, jobs, it's just got to work around everything. But this has been working out very well for us in the interim. Is there anything before we talk about the actual game, though, Kenny, like from this past week that you want to discuss? Do we want to get into any of this, like Deshaun Watson news and all that kind of stuff?
Deshaun Watson, to me, is, I mean, they can activate his practice window anytime they want. Doesn't mean that he's going to come out of it. They could possibly put him on the PUP. Overall, like we've been talking about the insurance and what it means to the Browns, and does it count against the cap? We were talking about that earlier in the week. As far as the insurance is concerned, I don't think it actually counts against the cap, any kind of money that the owner can recoup. There is a policy on Deshaun himself. I mean, it'd probably be in the owner's best interest if he doesn't play and puts him on the PUP. But I mean, from a standpoint of just with the media and the overall outlook for a Browns fan, putting him back in the game just for one game even, I don't know if that's a wise decision. You got money on the line, pretty much like the money that they're asking for this new stadium. Like, I mean, it's going to, the PSL numbers are going to triple, double, or whatever it is that they have to buy that stuff. So I don't see much into that. And I guess I'm sick of him, but the whole quarterback situation has been a rough go. So I don't even know if I want to see anybody anymore on this team and just start fresh. But I'm kind of being a little bit facetious there. I do like what I see in Sanders. But as far as Deshaun's concerned, I mean, it might be just fake news.
Yeah, so I'm sure everybody's heard and seen it by now, but in case you haven't, and it's the first time you're hearing about it, the Browns did open Deshaun Watson's 21-day practice window, which means he is able to take the practice field, and because he's coming off of IR, during this 21-day period, he does not have to be part of the active roster. So he doesn't have to count against the active roster. So the Browns have the next 3 weeks, 21 days, to decide if they're going to put him on the active roster. If those 21 days go by and they don't activate him on the active roster, then he must go back on with season-ending IR, I think is the deal. Pup, whatever. There's all kinds of different. Either way, he's out for the rest of the season, which there's only 5 games, 4 weeks after this weekend anyway. So not much time left in the season. I doubt he plays in a game for us. I really don't see any reason for that. The Browns, like you said, there is cap relief, and I'm trying to look it up real quick. I did have the numbers before, but it does actually help them on the cap, I do believe, next year if he doesn't play. It's, let's see. The contract allows for $58.176 million to be recovered by the Browns for an injury that occurs between the start of 2024 and 2025. So that was the Achilles tears and all that kind of stuff. I'll keep trying to look that up. If you guys in the audience actually have the exact numbers available, that'd be great. But I do know there is a benefit for them not to play him this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just for the money itself to the organization, but I just think it's a bad look just to have him back on the team, just the way he performed and just everything that's gone on and all the draft capital that we lost. Just nobody wants to see that based on the way that the quarterback situation's been this year. Just be more bad icing on the cake, let's say.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, Jimmy Haslam, the Browns owner, has come out multiple times in the last 6 months and called the Deshaun Watson move a failed trade, a failed move, a swing and a miss. Yeah, all this kind of stuff. So it's, we are in Shedeur Sanders territory right now. It is time to see what he can do over these last 5 games. He's had a couple games so far. We'll talk more about him as the show goes on, but I feel like I've seen not drastic improvements, of course. He's a rookie with limited practice up until this point. So I've seen the things I've wanted to see each week, I feel like I've seen. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, you know what? It really left a bad taste in my mouth. Just that preseason game that he played, he just looked awful. And ultimately, we heard a lot about people saying, "Oh, the Browns sabotage him." That's a whole bunch of hooey, and you got to know football. If you play the fourth quarter of the third preseason game, you are going to get probably the offensive linemen that are not going to make the team, and pretty much you're going to throw checkdowns. I don't know what he was thinking or what he was doing or what he was told to do, but that did not happen in that game. And that kind of looked like what we got against the Ravens. Same thing, crippling sacks, didn't know where to go, pushing the ball too far down the field. Then he actually got a full week of practice, and he did what he needed to do, specifically not turn the ball over much. He had 1 interception against the Raiders, and he looked great. And we were expecting that against the 49ers, and he looked okay against the 49ers. Maybe not near the end, but that the game was out of reach by that point. But what I really like about him is, other than the 2 sacks, he seems to be reading the defense and getting the ball where it needs to go. I know there's a couple overthrows. There was some maybe drop passes, but ultimately I like where he's reading. And the main thing is through what Dylan's been doing, what Shedeur has been doing, he's got more attempt yards down the field. And that's the only way that this offense is going to go. And I know what I'd like to see in this game against the Titans defense, which is kind of mid-range, is I would like to see the same game plan which we did against the Raiders, but I'd like to hit a little bit more intermediate stuff. Push the ball down the field with some heavy slants. I want to see some bootleg play action, and some of maybe let's see what he did in university and or NCAA ball, and maybe translate that over a little bit. He did a lot of RPO pass, so let's see that. And I just want to see a little bit more, not so easy to read for the Titans defense, and get Sanders in that rhythm, because he's a rhythm passer.
Well, now you're talking about one of the most uncreative offenses in the league suddenly being creative. And that ain't going to happen. But yeah, I did want to mention, so I looked at the numbers between Dylan Gabriel's first 2 starts and Shedeur Sanders' first 2 starts, because, there's a large, faction of people out there that just hate Shedeur Sanders for whatever reason. I don't know. And they're probably not Browns fans. They're not football fans. They just don't like him, and they want him to fail. And, he throws an incompletion, and he's a bust. He's a garbage quarterback. So you got to take a lot of this stuff, especially on social media, with a grain of salt. There's just people that hate him, and whatever. But if you look between the two, Dillon Gabriel in his first 2 starts was 48 of 85. He threw 85 passes in his first 2 starts as a rookie, 56.5% completion, 411 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, and he took 8 sacks for 54 yards lost. Okay, so now Shedeur Sanders in 2 starts, 27 of 45 for 60% completion, 358 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 4 sacks for 37 yards lost. So he's only taken 4 sacks in 2 starts. Dillon Gabriel took 8. But all I hear about is this sack taking stuff. And it's like, I'm not as concerned about it yet because I have not seen him take crippling sacks in competitive game time since he's been the starter. Now, the Ravens game, whatever. I'm not that worried about the Ravens game just because of what it was and no practice and all that kind of stuff. But Raiders and then the first 2.5 quarters against the 49ers, I thought he did pretty well for what he's been allotted to this point.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, you have to take a look at what he has to work with. If you're going to compare him to somebody like Justin Herbert, I mean, that guy had Keenan Allen, he had Austin Eckler, like he had Mike Williams. I mean, those are all better prospects at the skill positions than we have right now. Jerry Jeudy is, considered an elite separator, but we haven't seen much from him this year. And if he does something, it's a fumble or it's a stupid penalty or just things haven't worked out for him. Isaiah Bond's still learning. He had no preseason. He had no training camp. So that was tough on Isaiah Bond. And then after that, who knows what's happened to Ced Till? Did he have even a target? I think he had 1 target last week. So he doesn't have much to work with other than Quinshon Judkins and our 2 tight ends. And I haven't seen much of David Njoku lately either. So, it's hard to compare him. I think he's doing the best that he can with a subpar offensive line and a meh set of receivers.
Yeah, for sure. We already got some hands flying up here, so we'll get Brad up here first. Jeff, you're on deck, so just hang tight. We'll get you up here next. Brad, how you doing this week, man?
Oh, the window is open, boys. They opened the window. There's a breeze in here now. Did you feel the breeze?
Sure did, buddy. Sure
it's like
did.
the wizard. It's like the Wizard of Oz. Annie Ann, help me. Yes. The scents from the massage parlor have come in. Oh, I was just enjoying my day that day. And of course, I had to be the first one to see the post. And, I had to share it with all of you lovely people. And the response is what I expected,
Oh, yeah.
It's we're into the abyss of the season where it's like, man, can it get worse? Yes, we're the Cleveland Browns. It can get worse. It always can get worse. But and then I got the media saying, "Oh well, now that Sean's back, he'll start next year, dude." That dude gone worse than anybody else in the group.
Yeah.
Like as soon as we can cut him, I want that dude gone. He has done nothing but destroy this franchise since he's been here with this contract, with his off the field nonsense. He hasn't even played a full season for us. And it's just been one eyesore after another. And I'm on the what?
I was like, you can't write a script to make it. You can't write a script to make it any worse than it was. Like you could not imagine how bad that trade was, and if you could imagine it, it was 10 times worse.
Yeah, and it's just like, oh, so you're really the Brown? Like, let's do theoretical here. Okay, say we win Sunday. Be it a close game, maybe. Say we win Sunday. Okay. So we have the Bears after that, right? Say Shedeur looks terrible. Deshaun's ready, and he comes out on the field. You know how like soul sucking to all the fans that would be to see Deshaun back out there.
Are you talking about against the Titans or the Bears?
The Bears.
Well, that one's in Chicago, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
You're just saying everybody
general,
watching the game back at home.
Yeah,
I don't think there'd be many people left.
Yeah, I think they would all be gone.
Be an empty stadium.
Yeah. So, but be that as it may, I am hopeful for Shedeur this Sunday. Now, apples to apples, these are the two top guys going in the draft before Shedeur fell to the 5th round.
Right.
Obviously, the Titans have not been good. They fired their coach mid-season. Cam Ward's been very up and down all season, but also he doesn't really have a head coach. But it's hard to say now with this team that the Titans are just as bad as the Raiders and say, oh, we got this. This team is so hard to trust, man. So it's
We'll get into our preview here for this Titans game, but I will tell you guys right now, and I know I was a lot higher on the Browns at home last week against the 49ers than maybe I should have been. I was getting fooled a little bit, but at the same time, It was a 10-8 game halfway through the third quarter until we started making boneheaded coaching decisions and more stupid special teams errors and things like that. So really the game did kind of go how I felt like it would for over half of the game, and then things spiraled out of control. The Titans are not the same as the 49ers. If we don't come out of this thing with a win, everybody should be fired. I don't care that there's only 4 weeks left, and this is ridiculous. They're terrible. They are so bad.
Yeah,
if you lose to them, there's no way that you can say we got to do better. You can't. They were the worst team. You're not doing better. You know what I mean?
Exactly. A few of us have been in here, but I'm still at the end of the season team fire Kevin Stefanski. I know some people are like, well, maybe another year. I'm so done with him. He has no accountability for his coordinators.
None.
He has to be forced to fire his coordinators when they're doing terrible right in front of your face. Oh, it's just ridiculous.
You're right. And then I don't know how you guys, if you watched Bubba Ventrone's press conference today, but I felt like the dude was just making excuses after excuses about what's happening on special teams, talking about, well, we had guys get injured back in training camp. Dude, training camp was 4 months ago. You're telling me you haven't been able to coach these guys that you have on special teams to this point that we're 12 weeks into the season and they still are making these mistakes? You got Malachi, you have a returner who doesn't know to let a ball go out of bounds? I did not like what I heard from Bubba Ventrone today. I'm losing massive amounts of respect for that guy.
It almost sounded like he was trying to throw Andrew Berry under the bus with some of his statements.
Yeah, a little bit.
Literally, but he was like, "Oh, I'm kind of working with what I have."
Right.
Well, maybe you should say something to your general manager. Hey, we kind of need a gunner, a dude, some people here.
And so does everybody else. Everybody else is missing people this late in the season too. Everybody's injured.
Yeah. How did you
it's the same everywhere?
How would you feel if you were Gage Larvadan right now? I mean, what I didn't even hear the question exactly, but is Gage Larvadan going to retain his punt return duties? And he was like, well, based on the guys on the roster, yeah, I'd say he's our best option. How shitty is that to be like, man, our team is so bad, we have no talent. I mean, this guy, there ain't nobody better than that. It's like, ouch, man.
Yeah, that's bad.
Hey, Bubba, you need to go, dude. Gosh. Oh, okay. So Brad jumped off. Jeff said in the chat that he accidentally hit the invite to speak. So we'll get Andrew up here next. You guys, I see in the chat you're having a conversation about Deshaun Watson, how soon we can get rid of him. I just want to address that real quick. So I know originally, and I've said it on the show in the past, post June 1st, 2026 would be the soonest we can get rid of him. But that was before they did the contract restructure this past offseason. As soon as they did that, if you follow Jack Duffin from the OBR on Twitter, he's like my main go-to for contract stuff. Now it's post June 1st, 2027, according to him. So that's where I'm getting that information. This episode is sponsored by Kalshi. Browns fans, are you ready to put your money where your predictions are? With Kalshi, America's #1 regulated prediction market, you can legally trade on events that actually matter to you. And the best part is you don't need to predict specific stat lines and compile a 7-leg parlay just to win big. With Kalshi, the objective is either yes or no. Will the Browns win their game this week? Will Quinshon Judkins score a touchdown? Will Carson Schlesinger win Defensive Rookie of the Year? You can put your money on these predictions and more with Kalshi. If you want to try it out, all you have to do is sign up at kalshi.com/dogs. That's KALSHI.com/dogs, DAWGS, and trade $100. Get away from disadvantageous sportsbooks and dive into real-world outcomes with real-time odds and real payouts. Head over to kalshi.com/dogs or click the link in the description to get $20 when you trade $100 with Kalshi. Because why shouldn't you get paid for being right? Andrew, what's up, buddy?
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
Cold.
Good, brother. How you doing, man? Miss you.
Doing good, bud. Miss you too. Also, hey, Kenny, congratulations for hitting your goal for Movember.
Thanks,
appreciate that.
Appreciate you.
Hey,
Appreciate you.
I don't know what Brad's over here complaining about. Like, I can't wait to get Vern back on the field. Like, let's do it tomorrow. Like, let's just full send the absolute terrible. Let's just race to the bottom, full send it. I mean, like we said in the military, embrace the suck and just full send it. I mean, I think it's fine. As no one wants Deshaun on the field. I mean, I get that. No one does. But, I mean, we might as well do it. I mean, it's the most Browns thing we can do.
It would.
Besides getting blown out on Sunday. I mean, that could possibly be up there with the two worst options possible. But
this,
I don't know, guys. I think we should just full send the terribleness and just like, let's just hope for the weird. Like, let's just make it fun. Like, we know we're not going to win probably another game outside of maybe this Sunday. Let's just have fun with it. Like, let's just see how off the wall we can get, and hopefully we fire some coaches along the way, because that would be cool. You know, get a little hype into going into the next season. But I don't know, guys.
So I hear what you're saying, and I agree that would be the most Browns thing ever to be playing Deshaun Watson here at the end of this season. It's like, oh, are you kidding me? But for me, I don't know where you are, Andrew. I still what I see from Shedeur on the field. I'm like, let's just keep giving him a chance, because if we can avoid using another draft pick, because thank you, Andrew Berry, for using 2 of them, and really 3 of them, on 2 quarterbacks this year, we're going to use another one next year, a first-round pick? Whenever we need all these other things, I would much rather stock up on receivers, linemen, build the offense, because I can't watch another season like this where you got a rookie quarterback out there struggling because there's nothing around him. And if you think you bring Fernando Mendoza into this offense without any, first-round receivers or linemen or anything to help him out, what do you think it's going to look like? It's going to look the same, especially if Kevin's here.
Look the same. Yeah, look at last year versus this year. Like, it's the same. It's the same stuff. We thought maybe there's that Band-Aid of the new O-line coach. Nothing changed. He was, a disciple of what's his name there. He didn't do anything. Like, I mean, it's the same stuff over and over. And I agree with Josh. I mean, just set up the offense for someone to come into it. And you got to have receivers that can separate. The whole receiver room has to be just redone, right? We need 2 new tackles, and at least we have running backs and tight ends. If we sign Njoku again, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, as you guys know, not the biggest Shedeur guy at all. I mean, I didn't like him in college. I thought he was very vastly overrated. You changed his last name to Jones or whatever. I mean, he has 0 hype. I mean, he just was above average college quarterback. But at the same time, like, I hope I eat crow, and I hope I have to eat all the negative and all the words that I've said, because I hope he is that guy, because that way you're right. We don't have to spend a pick the first round, one of the first round picks on the quarterback. We can build the team up. That would accelerate the timeline. That would help us so much. I hope that's the case. Now, I don't think it is. Unfortunately, I think it's here we are. We're going to be thinking top 5-ish, and we're going to be trying to move in for a quarterback. But I really hope he is that guy, just for the simple fact of I'd rather win. Like, I don't care. I really don't care who's back there. I don't care if it's Deshaun, Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel. I don't care who's back there as long as we win.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, none of those options are good enough to get us to win. Here we are.
True. And then, I mean, the offensive line, the receiving core, like everything in that offense, that's what we have 2 players on. We probably had the defensive player of the year and the defensive rookie of the year on our team. And we've won 3 games. Like, our defense is top of the league and like everything you could want it to be. And we're 3-win team. Like, that's how bad the offense is. So we could talk real quick. You guys, I'm sure, saw the mock draft from Dane Brugler from The Athletic the other day. And he has the Browns finishing the season picking 5 and 26 with the Jaguars pick. And he has the Browns using both of those picks to trade up to 1 with the Titans to take Fernando Mendoza, number 1 overall. Plus, he has the Browns also throwing in a day 2 pick. He didn't say if it was a second round or third round, but a day 2 pick for next year. So for another quarterback. Kenny, did you see that mock trade?
Yeah, I mean, it's early speculation, and it's something to get people to read. I mean, I think if you're a Browns fan, you'd lose your mind after waiting all these years to get your picks back, or to pick again. We didn't get picks back, and just to not have them to get this guy that we have no support for. It seems like a recipe for disaster. I mean, look at this year. We have, again, I'll have to get back into it. We have no O-line. We have no receivers. We're not doing these quarterbacks, and we can't really develop them. We're doing them no favors. And it's going to be the same thing with this kid. You're just going to break him. And that's what they said that happened to Trevor Lawrence, and we don't want that again. So put something in place. I'm sure Shedeur can run something, or he can find, I don't know, Mac Jones or somebody, anything, but have some weapons, because you can't do anything without this. It's always been said the NFL is an arms race, and those guys that have the better weapons, those guys go to the Super Bowl. Defense is nice, but you need to put points on the board. That drives defenses. They're playing for something then, because the guys that we have right now, they're not playing for much. And I know Josh said that, hey, these guys lead everything. The one where they don't lead is third down efficiency. Like, they're not good on third down. They actually give up 40%, which is a big number. But if you had points on the board, I think that would drive you just a little bit more.
Yeah, for sure. I know Andrew in the chat says Brugler's article, the mock draft, it's clickbait. And then Kevin says, I'm a definite no on that trade. But the thing to remember is these are the kind of conversations we're going to be having when the offseason hits, because we're not going to be picking 1, 2, or 3. We're not going to be in position to take one of the top quarterbacks with our own pick. So if we want that guy or one of those guys, it's going to have to be via trade. It could be using both of the, like, those are the conversations. These conversations are just now starting. This is not anywhere close to being done. We're going to be talking about this stuff a lot. I did want to say, before we, transition over to the Titans game and everything, the rest of this season, I know the Browns suck, and I know they're not even worth watching, really. But there are some things worth watching and paying attention to with this team. Number one, of course, is Shedeur Sanders. Can he continue to develop and show that he can be the guy, at least to have an opportunity in 2026, rather than using a pick on a quarterback? The other thing, one of the other things, Myles Garrett. This is huge. He's having a season, I said this on the show the other day I did, that we will look back on in 20 years and tell our kids and our grandkids, I remember watching Myles Garrett that year. I remember the year he set that sack record. Because as long as he doesn't get hurt, he's going to obliterate it. It's going to be crazy. And this is one of those seasons that you highlight during a Hall of Fame, induction and all that kind of stuff. And the third thing, Quinshon Judkins. He is, I should pull it up. He's got 758 yards this year. And let me see if I can find those numbers real quick. He needs 242 yards to reach 1,000. Okay? That's it. 242 yards, 5 games left. Can he do it? Because if he does, he will become just the second Browns rookie ever to rush for 1,000 yards his rookie season. And the only person to have done it before was Kevin Mack with 1,104 yards back in 1985. So there's some things to watch for.
And I remember that, man. That's a long time ago.
Not me.
And,
I wasn't exactly around yet.
I have to say, shout out to Carson Schlesinger, man. If he gets Defensive Rookie of the Year, that's another thing that's driving me to go to these games this year. I was telling Josh before I wanted to hit 4 games this year because I turned 50, and that's my little present to myself. 2-1 at the games. I've got to see Miles have some fantastic games. I don't think I've ever been to a game before where any team has got 10 sacks. The Raiders game was the wildest thing I've ever seen. Every time I looked up at the scoreboard, the Raiders always seemed to be 3rd and 19, which I'm used to as a Browns fan. So that was nice to see on the other end for once.
Yeah. So, the offense is abysmal, but even on the offense, there's something to watch with Judkins. And then on defense, we've got some dudes, obviously, to be one of the better defenses in the league. So at least the Browns have a couple things going for them this year. So let's kick it over here. If you guys, again, if you want to come up here, talk, ask questions or whatever, get your hands up. We're going to dive into this matchup between the Titans and the Browns. So the 1-11 Tennessee Titans coming to Cleveland to take on the not too much better 3-9 Cleveland Browns, who are actually 4.5-point favorites in this game. This game has a 33.5 over-under. That might be the lowest over-under of any game this season. I'm not sure. Somebody, if you want to vet that, but I can't imagine many, if any, games have actually been lower than 33.5 point total. That's crazy. The Titans are plus 170 to win the game. The over-under is like this because this game features the worst scoring team in the league against the 4th worst scoring team in the league. The Titans are averaging just 14.2 points a game, and the Browns are 2 points better at 16.2. So in terms of yards per game, these are the bottom 2 teams in the NFL. Both of the league's worst offenses together on one field for one afternoon only. It's going to be a magical time. So make sure you guys tune into our live stream because we'll be there for the whole shebang.
Yeah, I'm looking for Shedeur, like I said, to capitalize on the secondary of the Titans. I think he can push the ball on them a bit. I mean, I don't want him to take anything for granted, and I'm not taking that defense for granted. The Browns are going to have to eke this out. It's probably going to be a tight game. It's probably going to be like a 17-10 game or something like that. But, I mean, we'd have to expect from Tommy Rees. I mean, he's very much like Kevin Stefanski. He runs it on first down. What does he do the next time? He's going to run it on second down. Everybody knows it. With our offensive line, and it's kind of in a little bit of a state of disarray with the injuries, the getting that 68 yards a game or whatever he needs, it might be a little bit tough. But if they stick to it, play action game, and really let's hit some hard slants, especially to Cedric Tillman. He's a big-bodied receiver. Let's get him going. I mean, ultimately with 3-9 record, I mean, you're taking a look at the tape that you're going to put forth because it's everybody's audition now because the playoffs aren't coming. So get Judy going, get Tillman going. Guys, catch the ball. But the main thing is don't lose a game because of special teams. I don't want to see that. Like, the special teams have drove me nuts this year. And what have we lost? Like 4 games because of the special teams overall? Like, you can say the Jets, you can say the Bengals game for sure. 2 missed field goals, 2 punt returns for touchdowns. And I'm sure there's others that I can't think of, but I'm thinking there was 4 specifically. That could have been us being, a better team than what we are, a better record than we were. But, I mean, just special teams, just be average. And let's kick some field goals. That'd be great.
Yeah, that would be great. Because I got in my notes here, the only real difference in this game between these two teams are the defenses. Cleveland's got the second best defense right now in the league, holding teams at just 271 yards, which is actually 30 more yards on average than what the Titans even gain on average on offense anyway. So think about that. Tennessee, on the other hand, they are bottom 10 with 345 yards per game allowed. So there is opportunity this week. We checked the weather before the show. It's calling for like maybe some snow flurries here and there. Nothing crazy, no crazy wind or anything. It's just going to be cold, like a typical December game in Cleveland. So I don't think the weather is going to be too much of a factor in this one as far as like wind and being all wet and that kind of stuff. But the Titans, they got 218 on average through the air, 127 rushing, so they're not especially good in either avenue. So, I'm sorry, that's what they allow on defense. So take your pick. I say Quinshon Judkins in the run game Maybe. It's not like the Browns like to stick to the run game, especially when it's working. So who knows? And then Shedeur Sanders in the pass game. Sure, drop passes, miscommunications. That's likely going to lead to more controversy on the sideline. I got to love it when your unproductive and crappy wide receivers are yelling at rookie quarterbacks. Super helpful stuff over there. But Tennessee, they're allowing 27.3 points per game. Unfortunately, I don't see the Browns offense generating that many points, maybe 20, like Kenny said, maybe like a 17-10 game type thing. So if it's going to turn into a Miami score where we're past 30 against them, we're going to need like a pick six or, a fumble return, something to take the ball down to like the 2 where we can punch it in to help us get over that hump. But it's kind of my breakdown of this game. It's just, the teams suck. Both these teams suck. It's not going to be a fun game as far as that goes. But like I said, we do have a lot of things to be watching for from the Browns fan perspective. But does anybody down there? I'm going to let Kenny talk for a second. Oh, Andrew Jackson's got his hand up. Kenny, you want to mention or comment on anything there?
No, I mean, it's like we say every week, we got to have a clean game. Special teams can't have it turnovers, hit your kicks. Like, it's the same stuff. It's stuff we don't do. It's like the basics. Like, we just got to do that. We should be able to win the game. It's our defense. The defense is going to be the catalyst to this win. And, hey, I forgot one thing. We're Alpha Dogs. We're 2-0 with Alpha Dog uniforms.
We're definitely winning.
We're set,
okay,
baby.
we're winning.
Yes,
No big deal.
yes.
Yeah. No big deal.
We got something here.
4-9, baby. All right, Andrew, what's up, man?
Yeah.
Brad, I did see your hand. I'm sorry. We'll get you up here.
All right, so I just got thinking about this when you guys were talking about, especially about the defense and different things like that. So just fast forward 10, 15 years from now, are we going to look back at this season, this team, and what this defense is doing with Carson being a rookie and doing what he's doing, what Miles is currently doing, and which probably should end up doing with his sack record and everything like that? Are you going to look back at it, and this is going to be like a footnote in NFL history of like one of the best defenses, not only in Browns history, but one of the better defenses in NFL history that never done anything? Like, do you think this is going to be like one of those, like 10, 15 years from now, you're going to look back at this team and you're going to get so mad and so angry because like all the people on this team, you're going to be like, they should have been better than what they were. Like, do you think that's how you're going to look at this season or this team currently?
I mean, it kind of depends on
to say.
Yeah, go ahead, Kenny.
Yeah, go ahead. It's tough to say because if you don't win, everybody forgets, right? You can have, like, look at the Super Bowl. Like, you could have had the best defense in the world, but if you don't win, the next year everybody just remembers the person who won. As Browns fans, I mean, it could stick in our craw for a bit because, we're so invested into the team, and it seems like we're wasting a bit, especially, it doesn't seem like anybody wants to win the AFC North right now. So, I mean, for us in this group, probably, but overall, probably not.
I think there'd be some Joe Thomas-esque memories there. Like, wow, we had a first ballot Hall of Fame left tackle for all these years, and we couldn't win a game. And it's going to be the same with like Myles Garrett. But you're kind of onto something here a little bit, Andrew, because with Joe Thomas, it was Joe Thomas. And I mean, we had some other good players on that offensive line with him. But not like this defense, because you got Myles Garrett, and we are going to look back and say, wow, we had Denzel Ward, we had Grant Delpit, we had, like you said, Carson Schlesinger, depending on how Mason Graham, like we had Mason Graham, we had all these guys on that defense and couldn't do anything. And it's hard to build a defense like this, and it's a real shame that we couldn't have been just a little bit better on offense.
Yeah, I'm forgetting, like, in the fact that, I mean, you would say Carson, you would say Miles, like, they're all in contention for certain awards. If they were able to get those awards, like the sack record, Defensive Player of the Year, and Rookie of the Year, then, yeah, I mean, that would go down with a lot of people because those are recognition pieces, and those recognition pieces would be brought up by media outside of Cleveland. So if that's the case, then yeah, it would probably be like, man, you lost out big by not getting anything done on offense or talking yourself into the pieces that you had that were going to work, because it's pretty futile right now with what they have on offense.
I just feel like this is almost like a trivia question. Like I said 10, 15 years down the road, like what was the best, who had the best individual seasons, for the brand, in the NFL, statistically wise for a rookie and for Miles and all this stuff. And I feel like it's going to be one of those things like you're right. I think because winning, everyone remembers the winning. No one remembers the losing. But I feel like it's going to be one of those things down the road that people are going to be like, I can't believe we did that, or didn't do that because we had such great players and we had such a great, scheme and everything like that. Like the defense has played well. Like, I mean, they really have. I mean, granted, you can't yell at them for giving up points late game situations when they've been on the field for 80% of the game, 90% of the game. You can't yell at them. I mean, it's not, unfortunate. It's not their fault. I mean, we do have an offensive genius as head coach. So
boy, do we.
I wouldn't want to blame him, but I'm just saying, maybe someone should go look at it.
You got to fan harder, bro. You got to fan harder.
Look, I've tried. And I think this week, after seeing the Deshaun Watson window thing open, even though I know it's probably going to be nothing, like I said earlier, like it's the most Browns thing. Like we're going to play him. Like we're going to do all this stuff. Like, so we might as well just embrace the suck and just full send into the abyss and see what happens. I mean, enjoy the misery.
I mean, what you're talking about.
I mean, nothing surprises me now.
No, for real. I mean, what you're talking about with this like defense and everything. This is what bothers me about Andrew Berry. And I know everybody wants to talk, like, oh, he had the great draft class in 2025. Okay, so far it's looking like we got some pretty good players coming out of this draft class. The 5 before this were not all that great. And he's the one, I mean, I don't care if it was an organizational decision or not. Like, this is the regime that was involved in giving up all those picks for Deshaun Watson. Didn't work out. So they got to be held accountable for that. They can't just use that as an excuse. Oh, well, our mistake is the reason why we can't. It was your mistake, yours. But with Andrew Berry, we've talked about this. Like, he's got a knack for filling and being able to like patch up a deficiency on the team, whether it's like, okay, the offensive line was bad last year and he'll fix the offensive line. But then it's like, oh, well, the defensive line sucked. Well, then he'll fix the defensive line. Well, we didn't have any receivers. Well, then he'll get a receiver. Yeah, well, then our secondary was poor. So I feel like now he's put all his eggs into this defense basket, and the defense is great and neglected entirely on offense. And this is what you get. So my fear is like, okay, say he builds up and fixes the offense. By then, the defense is going to suck because he can't do it all at the same time, I feel like.
That's what his track record is. I mean, I would say, though, during the course of his time here, he has picked defensive players and drafted okay there. The offensive side has just been awful, but, I mean, he's mainly had to make trades to get an influx of any kind of talent. Like, he brought Amari Cooper in. He had to do free agent signings for the offensive line, and then we've done nothing since, really, and not developed anything. So, I mean... Yeah, does the draft class this year kind of buy him more time? Probably it does, but I mean, I don't know. If you're Andrew Berry, if you're Kevin Stefanski, even if you're Jimmy Haslam, you just can't be happy looking at the product on the field right now. I mean, if I was Kevin Stefanski and got that offense that I got at the beginning of this year, I don't even know if I'd want to show up, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Like, that's tough to deal with. And, It'll be, honestly, it'll be surprising to see what they do this year. Like, you would think they keep Stefanski based on what you're hearing, but I mean, to go, multiple seasons with double-digit losses, that's hard to come out of.
Yeah, because like we've kind of been saying here, Brad, you can come on up now. We probably got one win. It's probably Sunday, and that's probably about it for the rest of this season. We'll see how things shake out toward the end with, injuries on these other opponents that we have coming up, but we're probably looking at 7-27 over the last 2 years. This episode is sponsored by Omaha Steaks. Browns fans, if you're like me, you're going to be hosting some people for Christmas this year, and nothing beats the gift of giving your loved ones a delicious meal for the holidays. And right now, during Omaha Steaks Sizzle All the Way sale, you can get 50% off site-wide at omahasteaks.com. Plus, our listeners get an extra $35 off with promo code BARK, B-A-R-K, at checkout. I've used Omaha Steaks for many get-togethers over the years, and everybody comes away impressed with the quality, the taste, and everything about the food. Omaha Steaks offers unrivaled quality and variety. Every bite is backed by their 100% guarantee. Not only do they carry steaks, but they also carry mouth-watering burgers, chicken, pork, seafood, and all delectable desserts. So save big on gourmet gifts and more holiday favorites with Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com for 50% off site-wide during their Sizzle All the Way sale, and for an extra $35 off, use promo code BARK, BARK, at checkout. Terms apply. See site for details. That's omahasteaks.com, code BARK.
I know I posted on here the other night. People were about to be asleep, but I know some people like to compare different eras to this era. It's sometimes hard, just win-loss kind of thing, because of like how bad those teams were during that time or how good our team was at that time. So, but all I'm saying is, we lose this game on Sunday. I'm going to be real loud about firing Kevin Stefanski. Not that I'm already not, but I'm going to be real.
It'll get deafening in the city, my friend.
It's a good point though, because this is a team, the Tennessee Titans. They were the first team to fire their head coach this season.
Exactly.
So we're coaching against an interim head coach. They've won one game all year. I don't even know who it was. I didn't even look up their schedule because I don't care. They should be an easily beatable team with the defense that we have, playing at home. There's no reason to lose this game, in my opinion. No reason.
We said the same thing about the Jets, and we let 14 points on the board with special teams.
Exactly.
You have to, there has to be some kind of buy-in other than just we're wearing alpha dog uniforms and we're 2-0.
Speaking of that, Kenny, yes, we've been undefeated with alpha dog uniforms, but I was there for all those games too, and I won't be there.
So you're saying a GoFundMe page is what we need to get you at this game, because we all want to see you win.
I have to play a Christmas concert, or I would be there.
A Christmas concert?
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's a Christmas fundraiser kind of thing for like mental health and stuff.
That's cool. Where's that at,
man?
You want to shout it out?
Yeah, I mean it's something cool. It's just love to be the game with you guys with the suffering, but, but my prediction is Miles gets 2 sacks this game, maybe 2.5, and then I'm going to say Judkins gets 80 yards rushing, a touchdown, and Shedeur throws for another one maybe, and we win by a field goal, however that plays out. So yeah, basically 17 points.
This is a game where if you've watched the Titans at all this year, and I haven't watched a ton, but just what I have seen, I have a hard time seeing them score. I really do. If you look at Cam Ward, he's got 7 touchdowns. He started every game this year, 12 games, and he's thrown 7 touchdowns. They can't run the ball very well. Like, I don't know where their points come from other than us doing something stupid, like special teams or just handing them points. But for them to actually go out and generate and earn points against our defense this week, I don't know how they get more than 10, maybe. I don't know. It could be a very low score game.
Yeah. I would have to say that our defensive line is decimated for some reason, and it's tough to lose Collins this week.
Yeah.
And we're a little bit thin on the opposite side of Miles. That being said, there's still enough horses in the stable to put pressure on this team, and they're kind of mid on pass block from what I can see on the PFF metrics. But our defensive line versus theirs, and the way our linebackers are playing, the way that Delpit's playing, even our first 2 set of corners, we should be able to lock them down, unless, again, it's special team gaff after gaff, and we fumble the ball on our own, 10-yard line. We're just handing them points like last week.
Yeah.
All I'm going to say is if we let another special teams touchdown go, I'm just going to start just tagging Bubba Vitrone all over every social media page I can and just blasting him. Like
get in line,
dude,
right? Get in line.
on.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro.
Oh, man.
Like, dude. But, yeah, I think we should win Sunday. But, if we lose, then it's going to be real loud for Kevin not being here anymore. That's all I'm going to say.
Hey,
the
receivers got to show up. The receivers got to get separation. They got to do something. We gotta do something other than pass to our backs out of the backfield, and our tight ends can do what they want. They've been getting open downfield, but the receivers got to do something. And by what you look at the stats, I mean, he is targeting them more, so that's a good thing. But get Judy to earn some kind of money this week.
So that's what I want to talk about too here real quick. If anybody else wants to come up and talk before we wrap this thing up here in the next 10, 15 minutes, get your hands up. We'll bring you up. But when I was going through looking stats for these two teams and everything, the Titans, we think we're bad. And Blake talks about this all the time. Like, our wide receiver core is bad. The only other team that could maybe have a worse one than, like, we're kind of fighting over who's got the worst wide receiver core, it's the Titans. They got nobody. Fun fact, their leading pass catcher, just like us, is also their tight end, Chigo Okonkwo. He's got 39 receptions for 406 yards, but he has no touchdowns. We've got Harold Fannin Jr., 51 receptions for 505 and 3. And that's the most on our team in all of those categories. So our receiving department is abysmal. And for everybody complaining and moaning about Shedeur Sanders taking sacks, which I've already talked about, he really has not, just in the starts that he's had. Cam Ward has started 11 games this year. He's taken 48 sacks, 362 total yards lost this year on sacks. That's 4.3 a game. So Myles Garrett should definitely be adding to his sack total Sunday, no doubt.
Yeah, you're talking about the receivers, and I was just looking this up. So you have the rookie, you have Elik Ayamaner, you have Chamir Dyke, and you have
DK
Van Jefferson. DK, sorry. Looks like it.
I know it does.
But anyways, you know what I mean? And Van Jefferson, we should be able to lock those guys down. Like Calvin Ridley's on IR. And then in the backup, we have our old returnman, James Prochet II. I wish we'd had him back now. You know what I mean? Just to return some punts, man. But overall, we should be able to lock these guys down. And their running game's okay. With Pollard and
Spears.
So you have to shut that down. I thought we did an okay job against Christian McCaffrey. So we can't just let these guys be stars this week. You have to put them in their place and show them why they're a 1-14 team or whatever.
1-11, and nobody on Tennessee has been a star this season for them on offense. So it can't start this week. You're right, and I don't think it will. I wanted to mention real quick injuries. Wyatt Teller already been ruled out for Sunday with a calf injury or maybe a calf injury. Nobody really knows what's going on with him. His wife and mother do not seem to agree with the injury label. Jack Conklin, concussion protocol. Most likely he's not going to play. He hasn't practiced yet this week, and I don't see you don't ever play the week after you leave a game with a concussion anymore. It just doesn't happen.
It's like 9 days.
Yeah, 9 days I think is the earliest you can come back. We got Devin Bush, who's been a DNP with a foot injury the last 2 days. So his practice status tomorrow is going to be huge for his availability on Sunday. I hope he plays because Devin Bush has been having a hell of a season. Just kind of going, yeah, for sure. And then Aiden Huntington should be out again, quad injury, DNP all week. Isaiah McGuire was a DNP yesterday, but he was limited today. And Njoku's been limited all week. Dylan Sampson has not practiced yet this week. Stefanski earlier on Monday said he's like day to day. Not looking good for his availability. And Alex Wright has been logging some limited practices with that quad injury. So I think we'll probably get him out there this week.
I mean, it looks like Jerome Ford might get a bit more look this week. He is fast. Maybe we can do something in the screen game with him. I've been kind of banging the table for Raheem Sanders, the Rocket. Let's see if he can do anything. Ultimately, you want to wear down this team. He's a bigger guy, and he doesn't mind going off tackle or up the middle. So let's wear them down a little bit with Junkins and Sanders. Sanders, the running back, that is. And hopefully that's something that we can accomplish this week. And
yeah, I definitely hope we can run the ball and then stick with it, because that's going to be the key for us. Okay, so we got about 10 minutes or so. Anybody else want to come up? Get your hands up. I just mentioned the thing. Oh, we got Jeff. Are you sure this time? Last time it was a false alarm. Let's see if he wants to come up or not. Okay, Jeff, how you doing?
Fellas, doing all right.
What's up? What's up, my man?
And real quick, based on your post earlier, Josh, when it comes to the quarterback, I feel like keep Deshaun, Shedeur, Dylan, them all through the 2026 season as much as possible. As that sounds. And try to use some sort of picks for the wide receiver as well as the O-line. Do kind of understand Brad is saying as well with fire Kevin Stefanski. Point. But if they do fire him, no coach is going to Dylan. We're going to waste our picks and off. We're going to be one.
All right, hang on a second, Jeff. I'm going to cut you off real quick. Kenny, is he cutting up real bad for you?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm having a hard time hearing what he's saying. But
here's what we're going to do, Jeff. I'm going to bounce you.
If they get rid of Stefanski, it'll be hard to get another coach in. And so that's where he's at. He's got his hand back up. I don't know if it's going to get better if he comes through.
Well, I invited him back up to speak just to see if maybe the connection needed, I don't know, turn it off, turn it back on again. All that, yeah, reestablish. So
it's a tough thing to say because they're not gonna do it right now. It's like Blake says. I mean, you're just gonna look like a bad organization if you cut them now. And what's the difference between now and later? I mean, if they lose out all the way, maybe we end up winning in the end because we get a better pick, right? So it's tough to watch, and we got a couple games left till the January 6th. So let's see what happens. But let's see if Jeff's got his line back.
All right, can you guys hear me now?
Much better. Much better.
That's way better.
All right, sorry. It was the Bluetooth in my truck. I'm driving home from work.
All good, man.
Long story short, what I was trying to say was, based off your post earlier regarding Deshaun Watson, I agree with Brad. Kevin Stefanski definitely needs to be fired at the end of the season. But then again, it's going to screw our picks up all over again. We're going to be back to square one. I think Deshaun, Shedeur, and Dylan need to be our quarterbacks next season as well. Those picks for our O-line, special teams are, our main. Because if we do fire Kevin, I feel like it's going to be back to square one all over again. So we're going to have a quarterback or the trade up, do all these, and our wide receiver core is still going to be trash. Our O-line is still going to be dog shit. So I feel like if we do any sort of those things, we're kind of going to have the same crappy season next season as well.
I think a lot of it will also depend on what happens with the front office. Because if you get rid of Kevin, but Andrew Berry and everybody in the front office sticks around, remember, they're the ones who invested in Shedeur Sanders. So they might have a little bit more pull with a new coaching staff saying, hey, listen, we would really like to use these picks to build up the offense and give Shedeur, a season here to see what he can do. And we still got, obviously, Deshaun Watson and all the money tied up in him. So this is what you're working with for your first year. Now, that might deter candidates. They might not like that. I don't know. But I think as long as Andrew Berry's still here, I would, if they fire everybody, like just clean house, then I'm with you. Definitely with you. I think then whoever's on the team this year is at jeopardy.
Yeah, because basically Deshaun he's going to be here till 2027 anyway, so might as well make it worth it.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, a whole new coach comes. One thing I've always wanted is just like to stop the Band-Aid work. Like we draft the quarterback, and it's not really by a certain regime. Like look at Baker. Baker was drafted by you, but I don't even know if you really wanted him. Then we get Freddie Kitchens in here. Then we get Kevin Stefanski to fix it. I would like at some point just we get Jimmy, the coach, to come in, pick his guy, and go from it. And we haven't done that since Tim Couch was here when we had our original coach back in our reboot of '99, right? And then again, it was Butch Davis came in, tried to revive him, but like Kelly Holcomb better. And it's just this ever-ending cycle of not matching the right coach with the right quarterback. So in one phase, I would think, oh man, that would be fantastic. But if we invested in Shedeur, I mean, we don't know what he really is yet. Let's see what he gets to by the end of this season and go from there.
Yep, I agree.
Agreed. He's definitely progressing. As of now, it's not like he's stagnant like Dylan Gabriel. I feel like if he keeps progressing, it'd be better off just somewhere else.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I talked about the first two starts between Dylan and Shedeur, and how Shedeur, I mean, like, I think his numbers are more indicative of, better performances than what Dylan was giving us. But, in the chat, then Andrew Jackson said, like, think about who they played. Well, I'm not so concerned about who they played, because remember, Dylan played the Steelers, and the Steelers aren't like this big, tough team this year or anything like that. Yes, Shedeur got to play the Raiders, but he also, it's been offset by how little practice and experience that he's gotten compared to Dylan all the way through. Like, that stuff matters. I know some people will try to discard that and say it doesn't matter, but I even posted like the first two starts for Cam Ward, and he was named the starter right away. His numbers were worse than Shedeur's. And if you go back last year, look at Caleb Williams' first two career NFL starts. His numbers were worse than Shedeur's. Go back and look at Bo Nix's first two starts last year. His numbers were worse than Shedeur's. So that's why I'm like, hey, it's been two starts. Let's see what he can do.
Agreed.
Colton says Dylan played the damn Jets. Yeah, that's true. Now, that's not included in the stats for the first two starts, but that is a very fair point. Jeff, is there anything else? Because actually, Colton wants to get up here quick.
No, sir. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Appreciate hearing from you. Have a great weekend. Colton, we'll get you up here. You'll probably be our last one, and then we'll wrap it up. What's going on, man?
Hey, not too much. I'd like to think that you save the best for last, but that will not be the case with me.
Oh, shoot. Somebody else get your hand up. Hurry.
Off today. Hey, real quick, what's your prediction Saturday night, Josh and Kenny? What are you guys thinking?
Oh, geez. Well, I mean, there's no way that I think Indiana can beat Ohio State. Now, I could be wrong. I don't know, but I've watched Ohio State play all season. They are a juggernaut. Nobody's on their level. I think, what's the spread? Isn't it like 4.5 or something? Something close?
The last I checked, I believe it was right around there.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's going to be more than that. I think Ohio State makes a statement, and we're going to kick off the playoff stretch here with a statement win over. What's really cool is this is 1 versus 2. And back in the day, 1 versus 2 was that was the national championship game, Yep. So we kind of get like an old school national championship game here just for the Big Ten championship. It's going to be fun. I can't wait for that game.
I'm so excited. Sorry, go ahead, Kenny.
Oh, I was going to say, I think it's going to be like 28-17, something like that. Like, the only thing that I haven't watched any Indiana ball, so I just don't know what their defensive backs are like. Like, if our receivers have a day against their defensive backs, maybe it could get out of hand, but I just don't know what the Indiana defense is like, because all I hear is about Mendoza, right? So I think he'll have a little bit of success against us, and he'll be able to put 17 points on the board. But I think with our receiver core, we should at least get 4 touchdowns, just between a running game, play action, get that ball down the field to the playmakers.
Yeah, I feel like we're peaking right now. It's such a good time going into the playoff that we're going to be a juggernaut for anybody to match up against. So just kind of want to hear your thoughts on that. But hey, in a world where Kevin gets fired, what do you think about Jim Schwartz being the next man up?
I've always kind of been not so big on Schwartz as the head coach. I remember him when he was coaching the Lions, and it wasn't good. It just didn't. And I don't know all the details of that situation and everything. I'd have to go back and look it up, but I don't know. I'm not as big on it. Kenny?
I don't know what his in-game management's like, to be honest with you. I would have to see maybe his defense get a little bit better on third down efficiency. But if he was the coach, then he would be leaving it up to an offensive guy to make all the decisions. So while he would be the head coach and oversee the operation, the offensive guy would be the assistant head coach and the main playmaker, like with him not really making too much say into the actual offensive part of the game. So like as far as like an established offensive coordinator, I can't think one off the top of my head, but that's ultimately what I'd want to see. And it'd have to be something that would be conducive to, keeping Shedeur. And he would probably, how defensive coaches are, they want to run the ball a lot. So not much would change, I don't think, based on the way that Tommy Rees runs the offense. So I don't see it, but I mean, maybe he gets someone in here, like, I don't know. I can't think of an awesome offensive coordinator right now, but that guy just runs his offense and he has no say in it.
Yeah. Yeah, the name that was coming to mind for me, like if he was to go out and get an OC, was possibly Callahan. Former Tennessee head coach, just got fired. If you were able to bring him and his dad back in, not saying that that's a perfect world or a perfect situation, but
but that's something that's exactly what I was looking for, like a guy that can call it on his own, gets to work with his dad again. We believe in that system as far as what his dad can get going with that wide zone scheme. So that's exactly what I was looking for.
Yeah, I wouldn't actually. I wouldn't be so upset about having Brian Callahan and Bill Callahan back on the staff, especially since they both understand and have been in and have had success in the AFC North.
Very great points, gentlemen. Yeah, you know how the Browns week goes. You never know week to week what we're going to be rooting for, whether it's draft, new coaching staff. So always appreciate your inputs.
Yep. Well, we always appreciate hearing from you, and everybody that tuned in today, thank you for being here. You guys obviously make the show worth it, because we wouldn't be doing this with an empty audience. So thank you for being here, participating, keeping the chat going, jumping up here and talking. We love you guys. And if you want to be part of these shows, if you're listening to this after the fact, join thedawgs.com, become an official Dog Pack member. You won't be disappointed. It's a great time, great place to be, great community. These are great guys and gals from all over the world, not just Ohio or the States, like all over. And it's awesome. So join thedawgs.com. We got a fun one, the Suck Bowl 3 or 4, depending on how you look at it, on Sunday. Browns Titans. Make sure you guys tune into our live stream on Sunday, 12:45. We're kicking that thing off. Justin, like I said at the top of the show, will be with us in the studio. So we're going to have to get his thoughts and opinions on everything that we've missed from him over the last, I don't think he's been with us since before the bye week. It's been a while. So
it's been a while for sure.
Yeah, so check out the live stream. We'll be doing the watch party the whole game. We'll do a little post game afterward, and that'll be it for Sunday. So Browns Titans Sunday at 1. We'll talk to you guys then. Have a great weekend. Go Browns.
Let's go Browns. Ho, 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 ho.
And go Buckeyes. OH.
Go Buckeyes. I-O.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Dawgs Podcast. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Twitter at the Dawgs Podcast. Get your thoughts on the show at thedawgspodcast.com.
This episode is sponsored by Baden Sports. Browns fans, I know Thanksgiving is the next thing on the list, but if you're in my house, we have had Christmas decorated all over the place since November 1st. That's right. It is coming up very quickly, Christmas time. And the best thing you can do is get ahead of your gift giving list and go to badensports.com/dogs, DAWGS, and check out everything they have to offer and use promo code DAWGS to get 10% off your entire order. You could find some really nice Christmas gifts for the athletes in your life. Obviously, baseball season would be right around the corner in the spring. They've got training balls, they've got regular game baseballs, bats, baseball gloves, all sorts of basketballs and other gear, pumps, ball bags, gym bags, things like that for your basketball players. And then the gifts that I really like to give family members and people like that would be the backyard games. Get those for Christmas gifts because then they can hold on to those and break them out when the weather gets nice. And it's like that Christmas gift that didn't get used right away at Christmas, and they get to experience that joy again later in the year. Badminton, outdoor volleyball, bocce, horseshoes, kickball. They've got a knockout game set. And of course, pickleball, which I know I've been saying on here I need to learn how to play. I haven't yet, but I do plan to learn at some point, and I will be getting my first pickleball set from Baden Sports. So head over to badensports.com/dogs and get 10% off your entire order with promo code DAWGS, DAWGS, when you check out. That's Baden Sports, BADEN sports.com/dogs.